Hello and welcome. My name is Fraser from Elementary Technology. In this video, we're going to be having a look at smart remote management. So what that means is I can control my 5 screens or my 65 screens. From here, I can do things such as updates, change the wallpapers, send out urgent messages, all sorts of things, even add applications to the boards. So let me run you through what it can do. First thing, when I sign in, I can see how many devices I've got. I can see how many are active, which means if I go into them, it might be that a teacher's already working on them. And I can see that my whole IT team are using this system too. I'm going to go into all of my devices and I'm going to click on this first screen here. I can work on all of the screens at the same time. Say I'm changing the wallpaper to be one of the school's backgrounds, or I can just work on one at a time like this. And then everything I can do with my screen is down the side here. Very simple to use, and I'm going to show you this one first. This is just remote access to the screen. I've had a teacher call me up and say they're having issues with the screen. They can't see it properly in the room. I think it's something as simple as the brightness of the screen. So I've remoted into the classroom. I'm going to come down into the settings. I'm going to have a quick look at the display, and yet we can see there the brightness is set really low. I can even set this to auto if I want. Going to come out of there, and I think that will solve the problem for them. As well as being able to remote into the classroom, as I just did, I can also do things like install apps. Having apps in the classroom is fantastic. Google Play now has over 300,000 educational apps. So being able to use these in class is an absolutely fantastic teacher tool. It's very simple to manage. So in here, I could select all of the devices to send out an app to all, or I might just want to send them to the screens, these two here, which are in year 2. Whichever way it is, once you've ticked on the ones you want it to go to, I can then install the package. So as I said, all of these apps are coming from Google Play. I've already got the app I want here, which only took me about a minute to find. I click on it and I can apply. That has now gone out to all of the screens across the school. Very simple to do. Having access to apps in the classroom is one of my favourite things, but there are also lots of other things you can do within the actions. So for instance, if I go back in, you can see down here I have advanced messaging as well. So I can come into here and I can set up messaging that I want to be able to fire out to all of the screens. Let's say today we're having a fire alarm test. Then I've already set one up here. Fire alarm test, and as soon as I click on this and click apply, then that will go out to all the classrooms to say there's a fire alarm test today at 3 o'clock. Don't panic, it's just a quick test. Also, as well as being able to set these up in advance, you can actually just send out ad hoc messages. So it might be that a parent has come for one of the students. I know that that student is in this classroom, so I can tap on there and then I can send them a message. I'll just pop the message into here, say such and such's parent has arrived, they're in reception, click confirm, and that will go straight out to the smart screen. Sometimes a message isn't urgent enough, so our students here know that when they hear the siren, it's a lockdown straight away. The way that I can do that and send that out to all screens is very simple. I come into the lock and then I can click on the siren. So just 3 clicks and the alarm goes off. When they hear that, they know the lockdown's happening straight away. With energy bills the way they are at the moment, the last thing we want is for any of our screens to be left on overnight. And we know it happens. Someone forgets to turn off their screen and they find out only the next morning. So to avoid any of that, it's really simple. I can just go into all of my screens. I can then go into power and I can click to shut them down. Now I can go home knowing that all the screens in this school are turned off. Powering down the screens at the end of the day is so important that actually I don't always trust myself to do it. And I don't need to, because instead of coming in to do it, I can actually set up a command. I can set up a command that means that every day at 5:30, for instance, all the screens in the school turn off. I can also set up any command like this for any of the other features we've been talking about today. Smart remote management is a really effective way to look after your fleet of smart screens. Many of our schools have told us it's an absolute game changer, not just for managing the screens, but for making sure they're getting the most out of their screens. So if you'd like to know more, do get in touch with us. You can come and visit us at our Experience Centre, or we can come and see you at school. Thanks very much.